Shalom, giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakadash, and double honor to the elder apostles, elder bishops, and brothers on down the great millstone. Salutations to the whole field. Like this is your brother I Yamian, here to share another lesson. And this lesson I'll go into Esau's image is being struck down. That's the title of the lesson. Lord willing, it'll be edifying unto you. And we are living, in some beautiful times, because we have always been a proverb and a byword in this society. There's a name that always followed us, There's a name that followed our women. They call them, harlots, which it was prophesied that our women would be harlots, in the streets, as also said in Deuteronomy 28 and 37, that I was referencing. It says, "Thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all the nations, whether the Lord shall scatter thee." So that's like a taunt. You understand? The nigger word is one of them. Speak red back, and also he used images, back when I was home in the Caribbean. One of the images that Esau showed on TV, and this is for the world to see, is with the African, with flies buzzing around his mouth and around his face. This is the image that Esau showed of us, right? Poverty. He put us with poverty, right? Lack of what's that word? Societal function, so to speak. I know there's a word for it, but let's just say, for lack of a better word, lack of societal, uprightness, civilized, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? These are the things and the images he put on us, and he did it for a very long time. So much so to the point that it became believable to the other nations and to ourselves, man. It took him a long time to do it. And even if it wasn't true for most of our people, it became, very uncomfortable for, our people to dwell socially, peacefully, without something negative being attributed to their people. You know what I'm saying? So now Esau is also being made bare. You understand? He is being stripped down. His image is being struck. What was one of their image? Prosperity, family structure, being civilized, being God-fearing, all which is a lie. You know what I'm saying? If you look in these drug cities, Esau has his pants down on various drugs. You know what I'm saying? Things that they put on us. Drugs that they push on us. You know what I'm saying? So one of the first images that is being broken down. So it says here, more Americans say they can't pay their bills. Here are the states where it's worse. Most encampments that I've seen so far around the country is mainly Edomite encampments. Living on the street, looking dirty, looking like cave beasts. You know what I'm saying? So these are the things that are happening to them. And the scriptures say that, their wickedness would affect everybody. You know what I mean? Grab that in the book of Nahum. Chapter 3 and verse 19. It says, "There is no healing of thy bruise, thy wound is grievous." Right? All that hear the bruit of thee shall clap the hands over thee. For upon whom had not thy wickedness passed continually? You know what I mean? So Esau cruelty affected everybody, and one of his instruments of cruelty, right, what was the propaganda and the lies that he portrayed over Israel, and not only us, but he assigned other negativity to your nation, especially Elam, the Japanese, and they, but we got it. They were the worst, and it was always focused on us. We never got a break. You know what I'm saying? So now the Most High is shifting things where he is lifting up our people, namely the elect. Right now he's lifting these curses and he's placing them, on Esau. But these plagues is not going to be slack. It's going to continue. Esau is not going to get away, man. I'm going to go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 37. I'm going to read on down to verse 39. It says, behold, the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack, right? It's not going to let up, you know what I mean? As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. Which pains, when the child come forth, they slack not a moment, And when you speak to relatives that give birth to children, they said that, they passed out, they felt like they were about to give up the ghost. They felt like dying. It's a very intense and strenuous, activity for children. You know what I'm saying? It says, for 39, it says, even so, shall not the slaves be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side. So these things is not going to end for Esau. Yeah, people is going to be affected, but his image, right, is going to constantly be torn down, man. Scriptures say Babylon is going to be suddenly fallen. We tired of this nonsense, In the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 8. It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so be she may, if so be she may be healed. Slack here. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. You understand? So these other nations are gonna seek refuge in their own dwelling lands when this thing really gets hot. Esau is gonna remain, or the low level of Esau is gonna remain here. But the real elites of Esau, Edom, is gonna be in the clefts of the rocks, right? Where the Lord is going to pluck them up, man. He's also going to use the prophets that stood on the highways and the byways, right, to pluck them up from their various underground locations, But this place is got to go down, man. It got to go down. And it is going down. We tired and stuff of being here. We tired of the image that is, shown, to portray us in a negative light, right? But all these things come from the Lord. In the book of Sirach, it talk about, adversity and prosperity and stuff. They all come from the Lord. So these things that is happening to Esau is by divine intervention. Sirach 11, and I believe 14. What the hell did I do? It says prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come from the Most High. You understand? So what we went through, without a doubt, It was the Most High ordained it. He sent the prophets, right? Because he don't do anything to us, until he sent the prophets to explain it, right? So everything that happened to us was by divine order, and everything that is happening to Esau, Edom, is by divine order. Now check this out. It says China, Russia, North Korea, and Iran are investing in ways to nuke us, right? As the U.S., Esau, Edom. The time is now for missile defense, right? The scriptures say that they will confederate against us. Let me see if I could find that. Confederate. Psalms 83 and 5. Psalms 83 and 5, it says, "For they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate." Again, see, let's go into that word, confederate. Right? Covenant, alliance, a pledge between men, a treaty, an alliance, league, man to man. A pact, because made by passing between pieces of flesh. Alright, a league or a covenant, so a partnership, alright, friendship. Alright, so they were in agreement together. These are the nations. You understand? The ones to put us into slavery, to push hip hop and other worldly, carnal cultures on us, to push Christmas on us, Thanksgiving, birthdays and stuff on us, for us to be in perpetual sin with our power. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua would be angry with us. You understand? And look at what's going on now. There's a separation. They all looking to end each other, man. This is beautiful. You understand? To see our enemies fight each other. But in the book of Joel chapter 3, it says, let the weak say I am strong. So these are lesser nations that the West used to bully. They're coming up now, and they're seeking for their pound of flesh for what was done to them. This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears." Right? And those are like garden tools, man. Things that you will use, to bring up vegetation and fruits from the earth. Now, being, hammered into place by the smith, into fighting instruments, man, weapons. It says, let the weak say I am strong. You understand? So this thing, is prophecy. Scripture says everything coming from the Lord, right? Prosperity, adversity, so on and so forth, they come from the Lord, as per Sirach chapter 11 and verse 14. You understand? And going into the weak being made I am sure, the weak saying I am strong, and beating plowshares into swords. Also in Isaiah chapter 54, talk about the waste that they destroyed. So all these things that is happening is not by choice. It's not by happenstance. The image of Esau, Edom, is being broken down. Isaiah chapter 51, Slack 54, and verse 16, it says, "Behold, I have created the smith." That's a person who make different forms of weapons. I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. Right, and those are those thermonuclear weapons, man, that is going to destroy the inhabitants of Babylon the Great, aka America. Right, when you go further down in the same book, but verse 9, Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 5, it says, "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garment rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire." Right, so when those are the missiles drop, the nuclear missiles drop, it's going to be like a lake of fire. You know what I'm saying? And thus shall Babylon the Great, be destroyed. So this is beautiful, man. Esau image of being allied with other nations or bullied other nations' strength as a hammer over the other nations. Right? All these images, his wives are being shown as whores now. You understand? His children are being shown as wicked. You understand? This nation is no longer shown as a God-fearing nation. Where here it is, you have in the Navy, I believe, a recruiter, a nasty people recruiter. Where in the military, that should be for strong fighting men. You understand? But you put a wicked nature of a man that dressed as a woman to be a recruiter to fight in these wars. You understand? So this is why the Most High is going to make a speedy riddance of these people, man. You know what I mean? He's going to destroy them quickly in the space of an hour. But this is the last portion of scripture I want to share as per this image right here. Because scripture is saying Obadiah 1 and 7 that his allies will turn against him. And I'll get that and close out. Yeah, this man is done, man. Right? Obadiah 1 and 7 says, "All the men of thy confederacy," remember we went into that word is like a covenant, right? That the other nations had against us. But I'm reading in the NLT, it says, "All your allies will turn against you. They will help to chase you from your land. They will promise you peace while plotting to deceive and destroy you. Your trusted friends will set traps for you, and you won't even know about it." You understand? So his friends, China, is a close working relative, so to speak, friendship to Babylon the Great, aka America. Alright? Meanwhile, they are planning to drop some heavy missiles on this place, man. You understand? That said the Lord, that said the Holy Bible. Alright? And it is going to come to pass. So, as Esau Edom portrayed this and many other images and sayings against our people, so they are being brought down financially, socially, morally, and in the end, they will be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. So Esau's image is being struck down. Lord, in this lesson was encouraging and edifying to the hopefully elect. Esau is just a man. We are not to fear him. We have to fear the Most High rather than man. You know what I'm saying? Giving all praise and glory unto you, how Bashim Yoshai, Bashim Rakakadash. I say Shalom.